How you like that?
Kindly state your name.
It's Thom and Jeff.
Well, I think these guys are pretty darn dope.
Check for sound.
What?
Notice they're high, so this will be a good show.
Yeah.
All the way up to podcast number 7 is on the air with Thom and Jeff from Trailer Studios in Forestell, Missouri.
See, there, all the naysayers said we wouldn't make it to 7.
No, when we first started this, you said we'd be lucky to make it to 10.
Right.
So
We're 3 away from that, or 4 away from that, or
They're
or
fucked.
whatever. What's that?
They're fucked.
They're fucked.
We're powered up and ready to go.
That's right. It's only getting bigger and better. Here's what we got for the program today. Do not forget our website. Obviously, you went there since you found this podcast, but mythomandjeff.com. You can send us emails through there. There's an email tab. Send them. They come straight to us. We read them every single show. Also, we will have some celebrity news coming up. Tomorrow's show going to be huge because the human tornado that is Kara the lesbian will be back with us.
the supreme carpet muncher that she is.
Maybe we should do like some sort of how to eat pussy lessons with her.
I was thinking about that.
With a jingle, how to eat
How to
pussy,
eat pussy
with
Kara
Kara
the
the lesbian. What do you think, Scotty? So good?
I think we should just use that as the plug, and we'll
Okay.
just replay that every time
Ooh,
she's here.
plugs too. I bet she knows a lot about plugs.
I bet she does. They come in all forms and sizes.
Did you know that there's actually butt plugs out there that they come in like stages? Like you can buy a set of like 5 of them to like gauges for the earlobes.
To stretch.
Yeah, to stretch it.
Well, you got
I'm
to
not
get
kidding.
used to notch number 1, and
Right.
then, I don't know how
What
they
notch
work.
are you at? Are you at 4 now?
No, I don't
that
have
right?
a notch. I just got a knuckle.
Now I know what we're doing with Kara the lesbian. Would it be gay if a lesbian stuck her finger in your butthole?
No,
It wouldn't be gay?
not at all.
Okay. That's the voice of, what are we going to call him? The blind coach?
Just coach.
Just
Coach.
coach? All right, coach. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. He is a huge sports fan and happens to be blind.
And
Yes.
you got the name Coach because...
I
of
never,
his sports knowledge.
sort of. I never coached anything, but
Okay.
a friend of mine gave me the nickname about 9 or 10 years ago, and it stuck.
See, wouldn't you rather have a nickname like Mr. Long Dick or something like that?
Well,
I mean, coach is okay, too.
No, Coach is pretty cool.
I knew.
What
I
up,
never,
Coach?
I knew I never had a shot at that other nickname. I figured I better just go with
Hey, Coach,
and-
put it this way. At least you're not called Ass Face.
That's true.
or Scotty Boom Boom.
By the way, our producer, Scotty Boom Boom.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
Thank you.
So, Coach, so we can get to know you a bit here.
right.
Give us a little background on yourself. Were you born blind? Did something
Yes.
happen? What's going on with you?
No. I was born blind.
Okay.
I could have been a real prick and said no. I was in a hunting accident or something.
Right.
But no, I was born blind.
There was a flash fire while I was fighting a guy that was trying to kill a bag full of puppies.
Actually,
and I
I
became blind.
Actually, I lost my sight as a teenager. You fill in the blank.
Right. And your right forearm is much bigger than your left forearm.
Which is how I got the nickname you suggested earlier. Shot myself square in the eye.
So you are a sports fan, Cardinals fan, Rams fan. What do you like?
I'm actually, I'm a Cardinal fan. I'm a Kansas City Chief fan in football.
That's all
Say that a
right.
little
It's better to
quieter.
be blind if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Don't worry.
You're not missing much.
I don't know. I had to listen to the Sunday game on the radio against Buffalo. It wasn't any better being blind.
So did Buffalo wind up winning?
Oh, they
41 to
kicked the
7.
shit out of
Did
them.
they really?
41 Kansas City fumbled the opening kickoff, and that was all she wrote.
Now, do you go to Cardinals games?
Oh, yeah. In fact, what was it, Friday night, I got into one of the luxury suites up there.
Or at least that's what they told you.
All I know
How
is
the hell are you supposed to know?
all I know is the shit was free. So if they were lying, somebody was buying.
I'm just because I was thinking we don't have any way of paying you for being on here, but I started thinking we could tell you we're taking you to a Cardinals game, but really just go to the Gateway Grizzlies.
Hey, I've been there too.
And
As
bring
far
a
as you
personal
know.
recording of John Hewlett.
Yeah.
Just saying, up
Yeah,
next.
you need Hewlett saying number 5, first baseman.
That would be a good way to do it. So, are you? Do you got a girl? You got anything going on in the romance department? Any of
Nope,
that stuff?
that's why I'm coming back tomorrow to witness Care of the Lesbian. I will be here. What time are you guys doing this tomorrow?
While we're on the
time
topic,
tomorrow.
porn,
Yes,
non-existent.
completely.
So you can't just watch it and listen to the moans, and
Well,
it'd just be frustrating, wouldn't it?
it is. It's very frustrating, and then because you get so frustrated, you start listening to like the CD that's playing in the background.
Yeah, the music, and
then you hear the song change.
Yeah,
and it's like awful. And then the worst part is when the guy comes in. Hi, I'm just here to fix a leak. And,
right.
They go on from there. It's brutal.
So obviously you've tried
Of course,
because of the way you just described it. Now,
I went to college.
would it be gay? Again, would it be gay if because I've got a DVD
Jeff,
right there in my
seriously,
bag?
Take your hand off my
I'm
knee.
sorry.
Would it be gay if I jerked you off right now?
Would it be gay if you watched porn and Tom sat next to you and just described what was going on while you were jerking off?
Yes.
Like, oh, she's
Well, yeah, because
she's
I'm
got it
jerking
down.
off next
Yeah,
to
because his cock is out and I'm there.
Okay, well, how about some sort of barrier between the two of you?
I mean, me and Coach really got to be good friends.
Now,
First of all, you better find a female to describe
Oh,
this.
yeah.
You don't want a guy. You don't want some dude going.
She's licking his balls
licking his
right
penis
now.
as we speak.
See, we could use Kara for that, but she doesn't even like the sea cock.
Yeah,
It doesn't
that's
matter.
true,
She
yeah.
can.
It's all right. She can describe
Yeah.
girl on girl. I'll disappear for 2 minutes.
Could you see it after 5 minutes? And then she said, I'm done. Stop. It's already
God's
over with.
sakes.
Here's your $10. Get the hell out of here.
36 years old. It takes all.
Speaking of jerking, I found a story of a guy that got busted jerking it in his car, which is really good. And I don't know if this guy knows Steiny or not. I forget which city it's in, but TV weatherman quits after waking up next to a dead naked guy in a hot tub. And then it got weird after that. MyTomandJeff.com, Jeff1057 on Twitter for me, Shock Jocks for Tom on the Twitter, and also the Tom and Jeff Show on Facebook. But let's get to some emails.
Okay. Listen up. Mail call.
Well, let's read some emails, shall we?
I've got mail.
Mail call. Gather around, everyone.
You got mail, maggot.
Mail call, sir.
The mail's in.
I got mail. Yay!
Hey, what's up? Wanted to say it's great to hear you guys again. Listen to the old show and been listening to the podcast since day one. I think I saw you on Highway N getting on 4064 East on Monday at about 2:45 in a green Mazda. Told some people at work who think I'm crazy. If so, it don't matter. Just want to say that I'm in for the $4 and let me know about the stickers. Take care, and hope you guys do well. That's from Kyle. That was me.
I replied to them saying if it was pulled over on the side of the road and the hood was up, yeah, then it was
That's
probably
funny.
Tom. But if it was actually moving, I didn't really.
I know you
I'm
did.
just joking.
I know you.
I knew. This is from Eric. It's really great to hear you guys. I was a fan. What you two were on the radio, though you never played my comment line calls. One suggestion, the studio owner that's in the background of your show, especially from last Friday's show, is very funny and adds a nice dynamic to the show. Mic him up and make him a regular if he agrees. I really enjoyed Friday's show, which he was a part of. You were all great. Keep up the work. Eric. So,
That's Scotty Boom
Well, I was
Boom.
going to say, who'd you have
Scotty
on
Boom
Friday?
Boom.
but here's the deal. If you're going to be on the mic all the time, I guess, to be fair, we should probably double what we're paying him now. Don't you think?
Yeah, you just got doubled.
Yeah, you just...
Awesome. Thanks, Eric.
Love the
Zero.
Thanks for
podcast.
nothing.
I sit in a boring ass office all day, and it's hard not to bust out laughing at times. Gladly pay for a subscription. Ryan Young. Keep it up.
This is from Corey, who, I don't know if you remember Corey, but he was an intern at Emmis. Hey, fellas, I don't know either of you well, but I was a promotions intern with Emmis this past summer. Worked several events with you both. I've been a fan of the T&J show for several years. I became an even bigger fan when I worked with you and saw that you were both good guys. So needless to say, I was really bummed to hear that you had been let go. I've been listening to the podcast, and I think they're awesome. I hope the ad revenue is starting to flow. Hang on. Is the ad revenue flowing yet?
We just got $1.
Yes. So it's a trickle.
I just found some change in the corner. We threw it in the bucket.
It's not really even a flow. It's more of a discharge at this point.
You have to put some sort of salve on our revenue.
He says, I'm not super tech savvy and I don't have any connections to make all of us rich. But as a fan, I thought I'd offer my services. If you need an extra hand for days when you tape the show, feel free to give me a holler. Give me a shout out too. Thanks, dudes, and good luck. Thank you to Corey Stewart. Appreciate it, Corey.
Today's my birthday. Would love a shout out. That's from Deanne Grant. So happy birthday, Deanne.
Quit surfing TMZ on the clock, douchebag. It's Celebrity Wrap Up with Thom and Jeff.
Jennifer Lopez.
No. Boy, I'm
That's
sorry
it.
you can't
Celebrity
see that
news is done.
That's one ass I wish you could see, sir.
That is what I've heard.
Her relationship with Mark Anthony always was a weird one to me. Just looking on it, from the outside, it was weird for some reason.
Yeah, I completely agree.
He was kind of Smurfy looking, and she was way too hot for him. I don't care if the guy could sing or not.
But there's got to be something to her that's weird, kind of a Jennifer Aniston way, because she can't seem to keep a dude.
Right, because she just busted up with Mark Anthony.
And it
now,
was at least her second marriage, if not her third.
And now she's hooked up with...
What?
Bradley Cooper. He's an actor.
Okay.
Oh, the dude from The Hangover.
Yeah.
Oh, the good-looking guy from The Hangover.
Oh, okay.
Not that I'm gay, but
he
was
filled with good-looking guys. Who are you talking about? Narrow it down for me.
No, but I mean, does this guy really know what he's getting himself into? Because, like you said,
I think he does.
there is serious baggage along with that. But I guess if you tag her once or twice and then send her on her way, but you really don't send a person like J-Lo on her way.
No?
You don't send Jenny from the block down.
Yeah, but how great would it be somebody who's as high maintenance as her, stick it in her ass once and then say, no, thank you.
No,
I
you
appreciate
put
it.
if you
sorry,
put
I thought
it
you
in
were
J-Lo's
Jennifer
ass,
Aniston.
you are going to a family picnic. You got to meet all the relatives.
Not if I'm done. If I'm finished, wipe my dick on her curtains and see myself out. Do you know what I'm saying?
He knows exactly what he's getting into. Her
Wipe
pants.
your-
I mean,
have you ever wiped your dick on curtains before?
I have not.
Not intentionally, I
It's
haven't.
purely not intentionally. But you know what I'm saying? Once you fuck her, you can't unfuck her.
No.
You know, if she goes, oh, well, now that we've had
Well,
intercourse-
obviously, this is more than a fuck because we're talking about it right now. They're an item.
Well, if they made it to the Thom and Jeff program, obviously there's something going on there.
Right, they're an item.
Right.
So, Bradley Cooper, strap in and beware because there's some craziness coming down the pipe.
I don't really find her super duper attractive, like physically speaking, because that small.
are you gay?
No. And I like a person with a. It's not because she's got a big ass or anything, but big ass and small boobs just is a weird dynamic for me.
Are her boobs that small? I've
I
never
don't
really
think her
noticed because I
boobs are
never
that
got
small.
Oh, they are? See, I always thought they were
I
like
think it's
A's.
like a C.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think.
Never mind, I'll fuck her.
Or maybe
I never got past her ass.
or maybe a heavy B.
That could be.
Or maybe a heavy B. You
Can I
never
see
know.
your boobs? No, but look at
The
my
girls
ass.
that love me.
I don't know.
I don't
Because
know
I'm the
that one.
big-titted heavy bee.
He's asking me if I'm
I just
gay.
know the Lou Baton and Jenny from the Block. That's all I really know.
I don't remember. And Kara the Lesbian's going to be on the program tomorrow, and I can't remember who did she say was it Angelina Jolie that she liked so much?
Yeah.
That was one of them. She had another one, too. I can't remember who it was.
I brought up who did I bring up last week? It was Angelina Jolie and somebody else, and Selma Hayek, and she was like, "Ugh,
Ooh, Selma Hayek.
I don't understand that.
She's got hairy arms.
Who does?
Selma Hayek.
So you're not going down on her arms.
I realize that.
Yeah, but still,
there's
that's
something
scary, man.
There's
Is it?
something when you see a girl with like thick black hair on her
On
arms.
her arms, yeah.
They kind of you got to pause a little bit.
You're just assuming she's gonna have a big old bush.
Assuming
But I mean, you can't shave your arms. You can shave your.
along with a hairy asshole.
How weird would it be to have a completely shaved pussy and then you get back there and it's just like.
And there's a briar patch.
As you lick, it combs it in one direction.
I'm looking for a
No,
Tyler's
really.
one.
It tastes like you're biting a bale of hay.
What am I, a horse back here? Come on, lady. Seriously. So Kara the Lesbian's going to be on the program tomorrow, sitting right where Coach is, right there. Coach may or may not move.
Oh, no, I'll be here.
Just have her sit on your lap.
I'll be here.
So again, we like to have Kara answer the sex questions, the relationship questions, that kind of thing. So go back to the website, mytomandjeff.com. There's an email tab there. And if you heard Kara on the old program or the first time on this program, she will say, answer, and let go on anything. So feel free to answer or ask something about lesbianism, about, your first experience, any of that kind of stuff. If it has to do with sex, Kara would love to talk about it. Agreed?
Agreed.
Whether you're into Jesus, Muhammad, the Buddha, Xenu, Orion, whatever, let's talk about Jeebus.
How do you spell relief? J-E-S-U-S.
It's time to talk about Jeebus.
All right, so the Christian establishment has found a way to get all of us away from the porn. Our addiction to porn is bad. God doesn't want us to look at the porn.
Is there a formula that we need to work out?
Well, there's a couple of guys here that have started a counseling group for Christians who have lost their way and have looked at the porn or hired hookers or whatever. Something to that effect. And
you don't want to stray from the good Lord's path.
This guy in this particular story, his name is Michael, and it says he's a good Christian. Michael is telling his two therapists he goes to church most Sundays. He's a devoted husband and father of 2 daughters. But when I would leave on my business trips, he says, I knew I was going to be someone else. Prostitutes, porn. I took anything I wanted. He's sitting on a couch at this office building in Atlanta, and he's talking to a couple of guys that are his counselors.
I don't know why I went to browneye.com. I mean, I love Jesus, but that asshole on that broad, really.
These guys are certified counselors and Christian ministers. And they tell him how they know how to listen, and they nod. Okay, continue. I've had a record of purity since March, he says. And that's
I've been pure for 3.5 minutes.
That's not a record I'd be bragging about.
He confessed to his wife that he looks at porn, and that was back in March, and he hasn't touched porn since. No porn and no masturbation since March, he says. And the counselor back says, awesome. God knows you're trying. I'm serious. The God that I know wants me to be happy, and I'm more happy when I jerk it once a day.
If he didn't want us to jerk off, he would have made our arms shorter.
If God didn't want me to jerk off as much as I do, then he wouldn't make my cock as hard as it possibly can be when I wake up in the morning.
Why would he give us the internet? Why would he give us bangbrothers.com? Why would he give us Brazzers? These are all gifts from God. Brazzers.com.
Thank you, Jesus, for giving me Bang Bus.
Dear God, I would like to say thank you very much for tube8.com. That's tube8.com.
RedTube, since it's come into my life, has been so fulfilling. Jesus.
He says this counselor says that when he gets guys to stop looking at the porn and stuff, he says that they're now sober. That's their sobriety, is not looking at.
Yeah, it's like AA, it sounds like.
Oh, porn is lust, and lust is a sin.
It's actually triple X.
Triple X, yeah. You got to go to these meetings and shit.
Anytime there's a meeting and some sort of orange drink and Hydrox cookie, I don't want anything to do with it.
Me neither.
But all joking aside, it's like, why the hell are they worried about, why are they concerned about me jerking off? Maybe they should be concerned about all of their priests that are touching little Timmy's twig and berries.
Right. Yeah, they obviously.
Maybe put your resources towards. By the way, this isn't free either.
Hey, Father Cumstein, try not to jerk off Bill, will ya?
Father, you need to be a little more sober. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. God knows you're trying. 16-week counseling program, and I think it's $75 per session because God wants you to pay for it.
That's what the thing's called, is God knows you're trying?
No, he's just saying that's what it.
Oh, gotcha.
Faithful and True Atlanta, a 16-week counseling program that, like dozens of others around the country, combines traditional psychotherapy with the Bible. Because the word porn and masturbation is not even in the Bible, so I don't know where they would get that. But maybe they just talk to the priest first and say, what are you guys looking at?
Do you got a passcode?
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. What is the passcode for Brazzers? I'll give you $1 and a hand job.
So the CEO of Yahoo, her name is Carol Bartz, and she was fired for asking someone, "Where are your balls?"
Where are your balls?
Like in a decision, like in a business.
Oh, like get your balls out. Come on, man up. Man up.
Where are your balls at,
Right.
Jim?
Yeah.
And she was let go. She referred to the people who fired her as a bunch of doofuses, and they fucked me over.
Wow.
Now, I immediately like Carol
How do you get
Bartz.
from doofuses to fuck me over?
I immediately like Carol Bartz, but I immediately ask myself, she's got to take it in the ass,
Why
right?
are you saying that? Because she talks like a sailor?
I mean, because she talks like a sailor and she's up front, and usually women like that like the roles reversed. And, you know, women in charge, they're all day long. They fought to the top, and they're doing what they have to do, and they're kicking ass and taking names. But at the end of the day, I mean, they want someone to bend them over the couch and
bring it home,
bring it to where they need to be.
So she's a bitch all day, so she comes home and she wants to be your bitch when she gets home.
I'm thinking that's the way it works.
I've never been with somebody who is like in a position of power like that, you know, at the workplace to see exactly how it happens once somebody comes home. You know?
And I don't have a problem with women, you know, using salty language or being.
Oh, if you can get away with it, I think it's hot actually.
Up front and in your face. But here's the thing: if you choose to be like that, you can't fall back on the card of I'm crying in my office because something happened.
Because I just got my
you got
period.
if you're going to establish yourself as a badass, you got to remain in that badass role while you're at your job,
right?
Or everything's lost.
But once you get home, you better be sucking your man's cock like every other whore out there.
There is that,
right?
And still talking dirty.
And still talking.
Don't get all clean on me.
Whose mouth is this? Whose mouth are you fucking? Is that my mouth you're fucking? Yeah. Come on. Real quickly, Coach, did you see the game last night?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said see the game.
He heard it.
Yeah, you heard the game.
Yeah, we have to be politically correct on this show. I think. Wow.
So, did you hear the game last night?
I did.
How many games do you go to a year? Actually, go down to Busch Stadium?
Actually, Friday was the first one this year.
Yeah.
But then last year, I went to several. I went to Kansas City, went to Milwaukee.
Nice.
I went to Chicago.
Drive yourself, I'm assuming?
I did.
Okay, good.
That's why I was about 4 days late to the game. Shit. Not even sure I was at the ballpark.
Why am I at a rest stop in Kentucky?
Oh my God.
And I feel woozy and my pants are unbuckled.
Do you ever feel
that
as
happens a lot.
Do you ever feel as though people are fucking with you though? Like seriously,
as in how?
Well, as in like not really taking you somewhere where they said they were going to, or hey, this is Albert Pujols, and you shake his hand and you know it's not Albert Pujols. Anything like that ever happened to you?
No, not that.
Well, keep hanging out with us, and it probably will. Yeah.
Yeah, today for the first time.
So I guess what you're about to say before I interrupted you is you're not that gullible, I guess, right? Or,
I'm not gullible.
And I guess when you have to count on people in your life to help you along on a daily basis, I guess you got to trust somebody before you're gonna, go all out with them. I guess.
Yeah,
right?
you wouldn't just meet somebody and then say, "Hey, let's go to a bar,"
right?
Or something. Well, I probably would.
But other than that,
yeah.
I'm just saying. Now, who's the lady that brought you here today?
That was my roommate, Sherry. Her and it's a couple that I live with. I'm actually Scotty Boom Boom's neighbor over here. So
the name is sticking.
Yeah,
Scotty Boom Boom.
I like it though. It fits you.
It does.
It really does. So, are you hitting that or no? Not Scotty Boom Boom, the female.
Well,
no, it's my wife.
Oh no,
he's right next door.
He lives with a couple. So
I live with a couple.
Well, that doesn't mean you can't be hitting it if you really. I mean,
well, he's not going to come out on the microphone.
You've never met her husband.
How stupid do I look? That goes back to that gullible question.
Because he's standing right next to you right now, and he told me to ask. So.
Oh shit! No, there's actually. Coach has a lot of really good people around him, and they come pick him up, take him places. My kids love him. Yeah. They'll walk him back and forth from the house. They'll just come sit at the house.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Hang out, drink some beers, and
You officially have more of a social life than Tom now.
I do.
Which isn't really saying
problem
much.
is Scott's teaching all his kids to run me into that tree between the houses.
I do have a clue because you just told us yesterday you're either reading a book or what was the other thing? Taking a shit, I think. What was two things he said he does on a regular basis?
I like to golf, but that doesn't consume.
You golf, and you said yesterday I'm either reading a book or I'm golfing. That's what you said you do.
That's what I like to do, but I do partake in other activities.
You guys should come over one night. We'll get Coach drunk, and then we'll all just go in our house and say, "See you, Coach." He's got to walk to the neighbor's house.
You don't even have to spin him.
You know what's fucked up is he can actually do it.
Really?
I mean,
get home?
Yeah, he could walk across there. I think if you had to, Coach, you could.
It'd be an adventure. Y'all would probably have a video camera out there.
And again, you'd be 4 days late, but still, as long as you got there, right?
He left yesterday at about 2:30.
We haven't seen him since.
I don't think the roommates would miss me either.
Right, just before you get home, we were sitting the APB out on you, but you made it home. I found this story, oddly enough, in Florida. This guy was caught, arrested for standing in the sunroof of his car with his pants down around his ankles, jerking off.
Now, what the hell is wrong with that?
I don't. Apparently, somebody in Florida's got a problem with it.
They catch me in the sunroof of a car jerking off, and I'm behind the wheel. They're not worried about me jerking off. That's secondary.
Hey, officer, don't worry about me jerking off. I'm blind.
No. Here in a minute, I'm going to get behind the wheel again.
And I'm cleaned up and ready to go.
Watch out. I don't know where I'm pointing this thing. So this guy's accused of standing through the sunroof of his silver Mercedes-Benz with his pants down, exposing himself, making, quote, self-stimulating gestures with his hand. It took place 9 o'clock on the morning of 9/11. Southbound highway lanes, US 1, and this was in Florida. And this is the weird thing is, it was reported by an off-duty Florida Highway Patrol trooper who was with his wife and their young child on the way to a 9/11 ceremony. So who's to say this just wasn't his way of grieving over 9/11?
He just decided to rub one out?
Yeah.
Those towels, those jerk-offs. So wait, he really didn't have his dick out. He was just making the gesture.
No, his pants were down. His pants were down to his ankles, and they said they saw a jerking motion. And I'm just sitting there thinking, Tom,
2 and 2 together, that makes sense.
Tom, you said the way you were going to do it was you're going to go get a candle and maybe go to a park or something. This guy decided,
I did.
Hey,
I got a candle and I went to the park.
I mean,
did you go to Art Hill?
Defensive about? I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
That's what you said you were going to do. This guy decided to get up and go jerk off in his sunroof.
Did you go to Art Hill?
I didn't go to Art Hill. I went to a tree that.
Did you not think we were all going to
commemorate September 11th?
I went to a tree.
There's a tree on Forest Park Golf Course where me and my friend Phil, who passed away several years
used
ago,
to jerk each other off.
Always used to go when it was raining. We'd always used to go there to take shelter and maybe partake in a few things.
Right.
And since then, I go to that particular tree to find peace. It's a way for me to say, "Hey, Phil, what's going on?"
Okay.
So I went to the tree with a candle and I said, "Hey, Philly, what's going on?" And
he wasn't there, right?
In my mind, he was.
Okay.
And lit the candle and I said, "This is for 9/11." And I said a quick couple words to the guy upstairs and sat there for a few minutes and looked at the golf course and was on my way.
Now, at what point do you decide it's enough time that you were there and you blow out the candle and walk away, or what?
I left the candle there.
So you littered. Great. Okay, good.
As soon as this doobie was gone, it was time to go.
As soon as he started burning his fingertips.
Everything is such a scandal in my life.
How'd you commemorate 9/11? I littered.
In a public park.
In a public park. And a tree. You almost burned a damn tree down with your candle. Probably having an open flame on the golf course next to the tree. Probably broke some sort of ordinance. Way to go.
Way to go.
Well, we got 10 more years to figure out a better way to...
Well, that's the way
to commemorate next time.
That's the way I celebrated mine.
That was now. Were you playing golf too, or no?
No, because the Bears were on. I had to get to the Bears game
because that's important.
To me, it is. Yeah,
I know it is. Why are you so defensive today? I don't understand.
I don't. If I seem to be,
is it because of the blind dude?
No.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
I'm beginning to think it is.
Oh, damn, he can hear us. I forgot.
Keeps looking at me funny.
It's not the hearing.
Are you guys like, is this on camera too?
No, it's not, as
Thank
far as you
God.
know. No, it's not.
People be saying, who's the retard swaying back and forth?
And everybody would say that's Tom.
He was trying not to laugh.
Oh, no, we wouldn't film today because
I get here?
Coach, you're the only one with clothes on right now, just so you know. So we wouldn't videotape anything.
Sad thing is, I believe him.
You smelled something musty, right?
His
senses are very good, right?
If you scoot over to the left about 3 feet, you'll find out for yourself. just.
So what you're saying is there's a total of 6 inches of cock showing in this room
right, exactly.
right now.
Well, the ceiling fan is on. It's kind of it's a little chilly in here. So
I'm Rachel Ray. Let's go grab some of that meat. Let's just try and ease him out of there. Awesome. Look at that. It's the size of my head. You could barely fit your fingers around it. Size matters. Oh, yeah. I'm ready to belly up to this one. Ooh, he's good. He's good to go. Just pick it up with your hand. Just grab him, rub it in your hand, and just gently pull backwards like that. You want to hold it at the top just like that, and just pull very gently. You just give it a light squeeze. Give it a toss with my fingertips. Give it a little twist just to help it along a bit. Get the juices flowing in there. Grab it nice and firm. Just yank it. There you go. Trust me, it's an inanimate object. It's not going to go anywhere. Get a good handle on it. Give it a good whack. I'm going to moisten that. Drizzle with a little oil. Just coat it off. Get right down to the bottom. Okay, I've got that greased up pretty well there. Greased up and ready to go. Just keep working it. And really put your shoulder into it. Keep your fingers curled under on that other hand. Gosh, I really enjoy this. This is such a fun theme, and it's really cool to do this in your backyard. Something you could do for your boss, or for a special occasion, or for entertaining. For a great date night at home, too. Look at the pretty color that becomes. It's gorgeous, huh? I'm just going to give it a taste. Oh, man, that is fantastic. Nice, even strokes. Here's the big finish. And it gets messy in a minute. Stand back now. I don't want to splatter you. I'm finishing it off. Come on, baby. There you go. And, oh, yeah, all of a sudden, ooh, look at it start to come. Ooh, another one of them facials. Give it a little shimmy shake. Get some of that out. Oh, that one had a lot to give us, huh? Look at that. Yummy. It's very salty and very delicious. It comes out of your pores, so of course I always end up smelling like a salami, but it's so worth it. Oh, I just love it. Very proud of that one. That was a good one.
Boy, there's a slight sexuality to all of our stories today. I hope that's all right.
Funny how that happened.
Right. And this one's a little gay, too. Is everybody okay with that? 2 men were in the back of a pickup truck with a camper at about 10:30 on Sunday evening when the incident began.
September 11th.
Yeah, again, September 11th. Again, this is how they were celebrating.
Yeah.
The suspect demanded sex from
I don't think you really
man.
celebrate 9/11.
You don't?
You commemorate.
Commemorate.
Whatever, you know. So there's 2 grown men in the back of a truck. One's 50-something years old, the other one's 28. The 50-something-year-old demands sex from the 28-year-old man.
You're gonna fuck me.
It's 9/11, damn it.
I think we have some audio from the incident.
You're gonna fuck me.
Cradle robber.
28-year-old says,
as soon as I'm done with this Winston 100.
I used to smoke those. Those are pretty good.
Yeah, they're not bad.
So the 28-year-old man says, no, thank you very much. Then he gets a stabbing in the chest with a knife from the older guy.
So which is better, stabbing or a fuck in the ass?
Right. Either way, you're getting stuck. I'd rather have a knife in my chest than a cock in my shit sleeve. Basically is what this guy decided. So the victim ran from the pickup truck, found by cops a couple of blocks away. Then the cops took this guy to a local trauma center to be treated. His injuries were not life-threatening. Then they go back to the pickup truck, and the old dude was still there. You stab somebody and you just hang out, I guess. I don't know. I'd probably leave.
Well, he was looking for somebody else.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. Go get a beef jerky and a 32-ouncer.
It's a good spot. It's like a fishy spot. They just keep going.
Not only was he still there, but he was still nude, and he still had the knife. He barricades himself inside the pickup truck. At one point, tried to stab a police dog. Then they shot rubber bullets and pepper balls at him, which probably just got him even harder, I would think. Shoot me down here. Shoot me there.
That's what he calls all his lovers, pepper balls. Come here, pepper balls. I'm gonna fuck you in the ass, pepper balls.
Wait a minute, I think we have audio from the incident again.
Time to get fucked in the ass, pepper balls.
Oh, he was arrested on suspicion of assault and possibly alcohol played a part. No, stop it.
I just had a few.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Oh, this is the TV weatherman.
Oh, this story is priceless.
This is, I don't know if he knows Steiny or not, but...
He looks like the kid that might have got fucked in the ass. That's pepper balls.
Leading into pepper balls.
I don't see any scarring in his chest, but I think it might actually be him. This is the TV weatherman who, he had a rough night. And when
you can call it that.
He woke up naked in a bathtub next to another naked dude, and the naked dude was also dead, by the way. Oddly enough, this happened in Arkansas. An Arkansas meteorologist who was found sleeping in a hot tub with a dead body has resigned his position at the TV station. You think?
Humidity was high then.
How would you like to have to make that call to your boss? I think I'm gonna go ahead and quit, sir. Why, dude? I mean, the ratings are good. You've been really, spot on with your forecasts lately. Why do you want to quit? I just want to take my career in a different direction, probably.
And the guy that they found next to him had a chain around his neck that looked like a dog collar.
Yeah, you've never done that before in a hot tub? I mean, come on, with another dude.
Cloudy with a chance of meatball.
And I shit you not, this guy's name was Brett Cummins.
Brett Pepperballs Cummins.
I was thinking about whether or not we should do the story, then I saw the name Brett Cummins. Okay, yeah, you're in.
What is it with, the wiener, the Senator Wiener shows his wiener? Cummings,
right?
They're just born for that incident.
Yeah, it's going to happen eventually, right? The dead dude was 24-year-old Dexter Williams, found Monday. Dexter Williams found Monday in an unfilled hot tub. Williams, as Tom said, was wearing a chain around his neck that looked like a dog collar. Police found blood, but no water in the hot tub.
So why the fuck were they in there if there was no water?
Police have interviewed Cummins and probably giggled the entire time.
So, Mr. Cummins.
And his friend Christopher Barber, who lives at the home. No charges have been filed. No foul play was involved as far as they know. But here's what happened. Barber invited Cummins.
You can't make this shit up.
Invited him over Sunday night. Cummins brought Dexter Williams with him.
Come on by. We're going to a hot tub. It'll be fun.
They were drinking and snorting drugs, is what it says. At one point, the three men got into the hot tub, hard as rocks, I'd imagine, and continued drinking.
Where am I going to stick this?
Well, that's all the coke. You guys want to get in the hot tub?
Let's snort some Viagra.
Sure, Brett Cummins. Cummins awoke and found Williams unconscious with his face discolored. Cummins screamed, and I bet he sounded like a little schoolgirl. He became sick to his stomach and threw up jizz everywhere.
Strange.
Did you
smells like Clorox?
Did you come all over this? No, I just threw up. That's my.
I have cum belly.
Cum belly.
Did you guys ever hear the? Is it like a legend, an urban legend, or is it really true? The Rod Stewart thing. Did you guys ever hear the Rod Stewart thing?
Where you got a pint
Yeah, like he passed out at a concert or something, and then they pumped his stomach, and there was X amount of.
I think it's an
urban
legend. I think.
I've never heard that. I don't know.
Never heard that before. I had heard that a whole bunch of times, but I don't know.
Richard Gere, yes, but not
Richard Gere.
Well, not with the cum in his stomach. He was the one who had a gerbil in his ass.
Yeah.
Why have I never heard that?
You never heard about the?
Oh yeah,
really?
That was a huge story. What was that? Probably mid-90s.
Yeah, probably.
How the hell did the blind guy see it and I didn't? I don't understand that.
It just shows how out of touch you are.
Because I was there.
Who do you think brought the gerbils?
I tied the string on.
Did you see the employee at PetSmart? Blind dude wants a gerbil. I don't understand.
And he wants them declawed. I don't know why.
I forget how they
and
covered
he wants a
that
funnel.
up.
I don't understand why.
I forget how they covered it up.
I can't
He was
remember.
like
It
in
didn't
the
get covered up
hospital
very
to
well.
get a gerbil removed from his ass.
How
That is
not
true?
ruin-
You can only hear it so many times before it's fucking true.
Like you being gay. That's why I keep saying it over and over and over.
But that's not true.
And over.
See, asshole, not
and
true.
over. So here's a question: if you are going to insert a gerbil into someone's ass, how do you do it? Do you go gerbil ass end in first, or the gerbil's head first, so it can just start crawling?
They got the butt plug package first.
No one answered that question.
You got to have some sort of. You got to have some sort of lining or something, don't you?
I don't know.
Because who would be dumb enough to put like a scared small creature inside your ass?
So you're saying there's got to be some sleeve inserted first?
I don't know, but you would think there would have to be some sort of protection.
Well,
or something from the scared animal.
And maybe you clip its little toenails. I don't know. Or put socks on them.
So he doesn't scratch and dig any farther.
It was great except for the toenails. It was awesome.
My ass felt like a hamster wheel.
The only thing it was missing was that long tube with where he could get a drink of water every once in a while.
That sticking out his ass.
Just in case Fuzzy wanted a drink while he was in somebody's ass.
Because I've gone on record as saying I'm very wee back there, right? Mm-hmm. So if you tried to do that to me, I would crush the thing immediately. You know what I'm saying? Picture that real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Just kind of sent my Tuesday in the wrong direction.
What's the sound a gerbil makes that's getting crushed by someone's shit sleeve as soon as it is?
We'll find it.
Just set a microphone up at Tom's house. See there, it went right back to that.
You know what, Jeff?
Again,
it's all for the show.
Right there.
It's all for the show.
Is that
man.
all right with you?
Yeah, it's
though?
fine with me. Man.
If you say it over and over and over and over again.
Let's just put it this way. If I didn't know you like I did, I'd be kind of pissed.
You'd be real quickly, want to talk about The Grind. Our friends at The Grind, they are doing a very cool thing on their Facebook page, which is facebook.com/thegrind, THA grind. And they got the pictures up on our Facebook page, their Facebook page. I did send it up on Twitter too. They have a $200 glass alien pipe. And the 1,000th person to go to their Facebook page, facebook.com/thegrind, the 1,000th person to like their page gets that thing for free. And if you've been into either one of the Grind locations, South County or Edwardsville, they got just a shit ton of stuff there. Anything that you want or need for $420. So this is a really nice glass alien pipe that you would get for free, $200 normally, being the 1,000th person to like Facebook.com/thegrind. It's Facebook.com/thegrind. And we have our own website
as
well.
THA.
Yeah, THA grind. Thank you. And we have our own Facebook page now too, courtesy of Chris. So thank you very much to him.
Is it the Thom and Jeff show or my Thom and Jeff, or it doesn't matter?
It's the Thom and Jeff show.
Okay.
And it's it's growing. I think it's got close to 600 people on it now.
I haven't looked at it today, to be honest with you, but it was over 600 yesterday, I believe.
Did you get a picture up on your Facebook page yet?
I had the guy resend it, and I haven't gotten it again.
It's still in the black room.
Did you get it?
Hasn't been developed yet.
As a backup, when you sent that back, did you see the picture that was sent?
What?
The picture was sent to you as well. Did you see it?
The picture that you're waiting for?
Yeah.
No, I haven't gotten a picture.
Okay.
Who's this from?
It was from Eric.
Oh, the one of you sitting there with the cigarette in your mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that.
That's the one I want to use, but I can't get it to upload.
So you have it in your computer right now?
No, I don't have it. I have the email, but I don't have the attachment.
Okay, well, he's about as smart as you, so that's probably why.
Boy, it must...
That one right there?
Yeah, it must be nice.
Coach, what do you think of that picture? That's pretty good, isn't it?
That is yeah. Wow, Captain Original over here.
I was waiting for you.
Try working with him every day for 10 years.
Okay, include attachment, and it's going to T West, Tom West. There we go. Send.
Me.
Medium size. You like medium size, right? Is that okay?
Whatever.
Yeah, so that should be there. Now, when you get it, just hang on to it, and we'll get it uploaded onto your your deal for you. Okay?
I'd appreciate it. Thanks.
It's not a problem.
Asshole.
Tech savvy man over there. Speaking of our website, let's go back to Kara, the lesbian's going to be here tomorrow. mytomandjeff.com. Again, if you're just tuning in, we need questions for her because she's awesome. She's awesome. Last week, I asked her what was going through her mind the first time she went down on another woman. She put her hand in her mouth and went, "Oh, this is fucking awesome. I fucking love this. This is fucking awesome." So it can only get better from there, don't you think?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's do a Who Knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? Did you know? I didn't know. The hell are you talking about? Who knew?
Really? What? Who knew? Did you know? I didn't know. What? Really? No way.
Really? I did not know that. Who knew? Who knew?
The brain doesn't feel pain.
Who knew?
Who knew?
The hole inside a CD is exactly the same size as an old Dutch 10-cent coin. Who knew?
80% of the brain is wah-wah.
If you stroke a shark from nose to tail, it is smooth. If you stroke it the other way, it's rough. And let me show you what happens if you stroke... Never mind, go ahead.
The higher the IQ you have, the more dreams you'll have.
Paul McCartney's real first name is James. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Women smell better than men, like actually have this sense of smell. Not.
Who knew?
Who knew?
The data track on a CD is a very long spiral. If it was unwound and laid out straight, it would be 3.5 miles long. Who knew?
Who knew? Your nose remembers 50,000 cents.
The sound of E.T. walking in the movie was made by someone squashing their hands in jelly. Who knew?
Squashing their hands
in jelly. Or, as it says here, squishing. Either one.
The sense of time is in your noodle.
Did you look up facts about senses?
I happened to stumble upon it.
The yo-yo originated in the Philippines. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Teeth grow before birth.
The biggest existing blimp is the Fujifilm blimp.
Women may be intrinsically bisexual.
Oof. What is that? Depending on what intrinsically means.
It means
really turns me on.
They could have a penchant for bisexuality.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance.
There's a chance is what you're saying. Okay, good. The average 60-minute audio cassette tape is 562 and a half feet long.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Sex can be a pain reliever.
I hate that. The launching mechanism of a carrier ship that helps planes take off, you know, that cord, could throw a pickup truck over a mile long.
I would like to see that.
That would be cool.
Here, let's hook this up.
Famous last words. Hey, guys, hold my beer. Watch this.
Get the two naked guys with the knives out of the back of it first.
And throughout your life, the amount of saliva you have could fill 2 swimming pools.
Oh, that reminds me of my prom date. Holy cow. That quartz crystal in your wristwatch vibrates 32,768 times a second. Who knew?
Who knew?
And put it in a show. On with the show, boys.
It's time for the bench warming 2-minute drill from the bleachers on the back 9 extra innings. Touchdown. Sports.
All right, so in sports, I guess last night, Coach, the Cardinals had one in their grasp and then just let it go. What the hell?
Well, they did. They had a 4-3 lead going into the last half of the eighth, and what has been a reliable bullpen over the last several weeks gave it away. 3 runs in the eighth. Cards did come back with 1 in the ninth, had second and third 2 out, but Corey Patterson struck out for the 12th time this year since being dealt to the Cardinals. That's 12 times in 47 at-bats that Corey Patterson has struck out since dealt from Toronto to St. Louis. Why the hell was he pinch hitting in the first?
As to see, you would think. Why the hell was he even in uniform, for fuck's sake?
I was asking that question at the local establishment that I was at. Why the hell is he bringing up Patterson? He's 8 for 46, and he struck out, ended the game. We lose 6-5. Fortunately for the Cardinals, the Braves also lost. That's 9 out of 11 for Atlanta. 5-4 in 12 innings. Cards stay 4.5 in back of the wild card with just over 2 weeks to play.
Do you think there's a chance?
I'm saying there's a chance. Right. That's
now,
right.
obviously, that game squandered yesterday. I mean, that would have helped huge.
Yeah, 3.5 back with just over 2. Now you're putting the pressure on Atlanta. They're feeling the heat. You just swept the Braves this past weekend. It would have helped. And you had it, like you said, you had it in the grasp. Had a 4-3 lead. It was in your hands. Let it go.
And something tells me that Philadelphia is not going to be easy.
Well, here's the beauty about the Phillies. Their magic number to get in the playoffs is 1. So hopefully they'll be good and drunk and loaded by the time we go to Philly on Friday, and they won't have anything to play for. So hopefully,
well, the other thing is once you clinch it, obviously you rest all your really good guys so they don't get hurt, right?
Exactly.
And this is, Coach, this is what Tom and I were talking about yesterday. It really pisses me off about them is they'll go sweep Milwaukee, they'll sweep Atlanta, and then they take a dump whenever they play teams like Pittsburgh, where they should be just destroying them.
Exactly, and that was the problem last year. If you'll remember, they did well against the good teams, but then they'd play the Pirates and the Astros and get swept.
You can't get into the playoffs by doing that.
No, you have to beat up on the teams that you're supposed to. The Cardinals haven't played well in Pittsburgh all year, and fortunately they'll be throwing Chris Carpenter tonight against Jeff Karstens of the Pirates. But that is the biggest problem: inconsistency.
Are you cool with them re-signing Carpenter, even though by the end of the contract he's going to be 38 years old because he's 36 now?
Yes, because Chris Carpenter's still a number 2. Okay, he's still a number 2 starter, and for 10.5 a year, which is what he's getting, that's a bargain in this day and age for a number 2 starter.
And Adam Wainwright, obviously, is going to be your number 1 next year.
Yeah, he'll be back.
And they re-signed him.
Yes.
So now they got to look at Furcal and somebody, Berkman.
Mm-hmm. And some other guy.
Who wears number 5.
That's my question, too. Do you think they're signing all these other ones first to see what they got left in the till before they got to hit Pujols?
Yes. I think Berkman's probably, because Lance Berkman's made it no secret. He wants to stay.
Right.
I think he's an insurance policy. Because if you sign Albert, you can put Berkman in right field. And if you don't sign Albert, you can put Berkman at first base and go get an outfielder.
And Furcal obviously has an option for like $12 million, but they're not going to sign him for that.
No.
Right? Please tell me.
No. That'd be stupid to pick up. His bat's not good enough anymore, and here the last few years he hasn't been healthy all the time. So you can't pick up a $12 million option on him.
No.
He'd have to take a discount, but from what I gather, he wants to stay as well.
Tom, don't raise your hand. He can't see you raising your hand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I call on Tom.
You need to pee? You raise your hand because you got to go pee?
You want to use the blackboard now?
I'm saying if they don't get Pujols done, where does he go? I guess wherever the most money is, right?
Yeah, and right now, who's going to pay top dollar for him? Who can afford to?
Florida could afford to. I'm just regurgitating what I've heard. Florida might want to go after him because he's friends with their shortstop, and also they're opening a new stadium next year, so they want to they'd want to make a big splash there. Mm-hmm. But I would think that the new stadium would work against spending that much money because you already know people are going to come to the game because of the new stadium.
Well, in Florida, you don't know people are going to come to the game regardless. Those
I guess
people
they
down
are.
there.
Yeah, they're getting like 7,000 a game.
Oh,
aren't
they have trouble selling out Dolphin games down there.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
But so a new stadium and a new first baseman in Albert Pujols. I know they got the money. Obviously, the Yankees have the money.
But the Yankees have a first baseman.
Right, but
share.
One of them could be a DH and one of them could play in the field. They could switch off and it would extend both of their careers.
Yeah.
Not having to play, every day in the field.
Don't ever count out the Angels.
Yeah, they got a lot of money.
They've got a lot of money, and they've had some offensive issues this year.
What's your gut feeling?
My gut feeling is Albert comes back.
Are that's your gut, not your heart.
My gut.
Is it all?
My heart is unbiased. You know what? If he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I'm not bothered.
I guess you got to take emotion out of it, right?
Yeah.
Tony La Russa.
He can't play first base, Tom. He's way too old. I mean, seriously, are you not paying attention here? He's fucking 60-something years old.
I think if Albert comes back, Tony comes back whether you like it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think about La Russa coming back? Yes or no?
It's gotten stale.
I say Okendo.
I'd be all right with that.
I say I would love to see Okendo be the manager and your first base coach be Vince Coleman and your third base coach be Ozzie Smith, and we would lead the league in freaking stolen bases. Our infield defense would be so much fucking better.
And can you imagine the froth coming out of the corners of Cardinal Nation's mouth?
To have all the big heroes back from 1982.
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me? That'd be unbelievable.
Cesar Cedeno.
Hey, we're looking for a place for Gaetti.
Hire Joaquin Andahar to coach the pitchers.
Yeah, hitting coach is Andy Van Slyke.
Andahar talking to Carpenter. I can't understand a word you said, boy.
And we also need to make room for the Bennis brothers as well.
We could have something,
as long as
please.
we're getting the family back together.
Hey, Andy's still hanging out with Fredberg.
Oh,
so,
God, such a horrible
Are
program.
those not the most boring rain delay theater, whatever they call that?
Rain delay theater.
And now the rain delay theater.
All right, we're in a
but
rain
what else
delay.
are you
It's
gonna
pouring
put up
out
there?
here. We got Andy Bennis and Fred Bird. Woo!
Coach, you're lucky you can't fucking see it. It's horrible.
I know.
Don't they have a movie or something of anything?
Or play an old baseball game.
Yeah, play some
know?
old highlights or something.
It would be nice.
Make a highlight show of, I don't know, the 82 World Series or the 06, play something.
Speaking of urban legends, did you guys hear this thing about Joe Buck is getting divorced because he's gay?
What?
All I knew
Swear
is
to Christ, look it up.
He is getting divorced. Now, I never heard
I looked at it. Somebody
gay
said it to
guy.
me the other day, and I Googled it. Google, is Joe Buck gay? And and an article comes up saying that his wife is leaving him, and he had a gay relationship with Fernando Tatis.
Or as Harry Carey would say, Fernando Titties.
Yeah. I am not kidding you. Look it up. And
Joe Buck divorce rumors. Joe Buck gay.
You tell us what it says.
I've never heard this.
Yeah.
It's on the internet, so it has to be true.
Right, exactly. Is Joe...
Here we go.
Is Jordan Knight gay?
Joe Buck divorce rumors. Joe Buck gay. Joe Buck Fox MLB legacy.
Is Joe... So hit one of them. Do you see their name, Fernando Tatis, anywhere?
Yes, I do.
Okay, click that and read it for us.
With rumors that Joe Buck is getting a divorce because his wife found out that he's gay with Fernando Tatis, I thought it would be a good time to take a look back at Joe Buck's Major League Baseball legacy.
So so see, that's the rumor is that, and now the person that I was talking with this about over the weekend said that the story of him and Fernando Tatis is old, so he doesn't think it's true.
Well, yeah, Tatis was a Cardinal in the late 90s.
Right, I understand.
Hey, Fernando, great game. Can I suck you off?
Those two grand slams in one inning just got me so hard.
That was the night he hit the 2 grand slams.
Yeah.
They were out on the West Coast. It got a little boring.
I got a grand slam for you. Fuzzy little foreigner.
You know, McCarver, if you're really lonely, this obviously Joe Buck is revered in St. Louis.
I love his work myself.
And
I do. I really do.
The time that you and I got a chance to talk to him, it was some of the most inspiring radio. I think as
Very
far
genuine,
as far as guest goes, the only other one I can think of is Bob Costas.
Yeah.
Who afterwards you go, holy shit, I just talked to, and
Right.
both those guys
And
came.
Joe Buck came in, and he was in the studio, and I remember him just walking in a pair of blue jeans and a hat, no shirt, no, a hat, and just, you know what I mean? It was just
With a Tatis fucking tattoo. He had his number on his back.
Wearing ass.
God. But he was just an everyday normal dude, and it was before he exploded to be as big as he is now.
Right.
Not exploded the way he did with Fernando Tatis. I don't mean that, but yeah, he's just super nice, very down to earth, genuine guy. You know.
A couple years later, I was walking into St. Louis Galleria, and I saw him and his wife walking back out to the car. And I saw him a good 30 to 40 yards up ahead. I said, "There's Joe Buck." And I didn't want to be the guy going, "Hey, Joe, remember me?" Right. So I had my head down and I walked right by him. And as we walked right by him, Joe goes, "What, am I too good for you to say hello, Tom?"
Wow.
And
he remembered you.
He
huh?
remembered me, and I was like, Joe, I am so sorry. I didn't want to bug you.
He probably had a crush on you.
I know he was with his wife. I know you were shopping. I didn't want to bug you. He goes, "It's good to see you. You have a Merry Christmas."
You
I
didn't
said,
have a Tatis jersey on, did you? By
no.
chance?
And I said,
"That's terrible, right?"
He's a nice guy. At least every time that I've run into him, he
that's got to
been
be
more than cordial.
If that comes out to be true, or he ever admits that, I think that would be devastating to his career.
Yeah, I would think so too. Yeah.
In the
To his
sports
career?
world.
You can't have him sitting next to Troy Aikman.
No.
After an admission like that. I mean, hell, Aikman.
Oh, God, he'll abuse him like a bitch.
Well, Joe, on that play, you shouldn't have stuck it in Tatis's ass.
Let's start with you putting it in Tatis's ass.
Now, anything to do with the tight end, I'll take care of it so you don't get hard, okay? And that kind of reminds me, remember that I've told the story a couple times, but it's been a while, when you interview people who you are like just, wow, you know, those kind of people where you're just almost nervous to interview. And I don't want to say nervous because I haven't been nervous in an interview in a long time, but maybe overly excited.
Sure.
I guess. And I think you were on the morning show when we did, I shouldn't say did right now, or when we interviewed George Carlin, right?
Yes, and you called him by the wrong name.
I was like, him and Richard Pryor are my two favorites. And I'm I love stand-up comics, and I buy the books that they write, and I buy the CDs and the DVDs that come out on them. And to have George Carlin on the phone was huge for me because my dad is the one who introduced me to him, not introduced, but showed me his comedy. My dad had all of his 8 tracks, you know, back in the day, and I know all of his material, and it was just one of those, that's who I would love to interview if I could, kind of thing. And he was on the show with us, and I forget even why he was even on, but he was just on the phone, obviously. And this is back when you taped all of your phone calls on reel to reel.
I think it was an HBO special.
Was it?
Yeah.
So I hit record and play, and we're interviewing. And during the interview, besides talking about other bullshit, I mean, I was just jerking him off, saying how much I love the guys. Like, man, I always wanted to talk to you, and you're my favorite all time, George. And it's just so awesome to talk to you. And he was very cordial. And then the very last thing I said in the interview, which was live, I think.
Yeah.
I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, George Carlton." Oh. And his reply was, "Take off the T and you got it right." Click. And he hung up. I was like, "No, don't hang up." Almost an idol to me. I mean, you know what I mean? Almost an idol to me, and I get his last name wrong. And then
that happened.
Oh, fuck. I was so pissed. And if you remember, I also asked him to do an ID for us.
I don't remember that.
I was like, hey, you know, once we got off the air, or before we got on the air, I said, hey, can you, I got tape rolling. Will you do, hey, this is George Carlin. You're listening to Jeff, Trish, and Tom on The Point. And he goes, I have never done it in 20 years, so I'm not about to start now. And I was like, okay, all right, here we go.
First question.
So we got that question out of the way. But he was cool, though. So was it yesterday when we thought about this ain't that a bitch thing?
Ain't that a bitch?
So it just kind of came while I was talking to Smash, and his first thing when I went over and talked to him was about you and I getting let go by The Point. He said, ain't that a bitch? And just the way that Smash could do it. Ain't that a bitch? So we decided,
why not have a segment, Ain't That a Bitch? And if you got something you want to bitch about, you just go to the website, mytomandjeff.com, and click on Email the Guys. And if you got a bitch, we'll be more than happy to read it.
And we already got a couple of them.
Yeah,
right?
we got 2 of them. Tom and Jeff got home from a long weekend on Sunday morning. As soon as I walked in the door, I knew something was wrong. Place was a mess and the smell was horrible. The longer I'm in the apartment, the worse the smell that's coming from the bathroom. What I saw when I turned on the light, my roommate passed out on the floor, naked, with shit everywhere. I look at the toilet, and the lid was down and full of crap. Dropped my bags off, woke him up, told him to clean the fuck up, and I went to have breakfast. Ain't that a bitch?
Wow.
Brad.
So it's 2
Ain't
dudes.
that a bitch?
Yeah. 2 dudes that comes home and his roommate just shit everywhere.
Shit all over the place.
I remember when my brother, who's now a police officer in Union, Missouri,
I'm sure he's real happy about that.
when he turned 21, we took him out, and everybody got. I wasn't even 21 yet, obviously, but he got really, really drunk on that night, and I remember we had to basically carry him downstairs to his bedroom, and I remember we just tossed him on his bed, and when he kind of flop on your stomach, and the back of his shirt came up, and he had shit coming out of the back of his pants.
Oh boy!
Wow.
Yeah,
poor guy.
I was like, "Oh man, you're drunk."
Happy birthday!
You got to be shitting me. Oh, well, you shit yourself.
We got one more from Josie. I'm sorry to say that you have been a bonding tool for my son and I. He told me about you guys a few years ago, and we haven't stopped. While not listening, we've been known to play 3 things to make a cashier blush,
nice.
Yes game, and also an occasional Who Knew. Looking up whores with your 19-year-old son is not going to happen. He just broke up with his girlfriend of 2 years and is pretty upset. Could you tell him to lighten up and life's a bitch? Scratch that. Cameron's a bitch. That's from Josie, and yes, it is a bitch.
Ain't that a bitch? I was at Schnucks this morning, and there's a lady that works here that I'm friendly with. I just talked to her, and she knows where I worked, what happened, and so she was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing now?" My husband and my son were big fans of your show, and I started telling her about where she can get the podcast, and And I said how there's no FCC regulations. I think I said the C word twice in the first show. And she's like, "Oh, my gosh, well, my son's only 13. I said, well, maybe not. Maybe the 13-year-old shouldn't necessarily
Could be a little blue.
Yeah, it could be a little blue. Want to mention another one of our sponsors real quickly, Dooley's in Fenton, DDoolies.com. They are on Gravois and 141 right across from St. Paul's Elementary School in the Deerberg Shopping Center. And this Saturday, they're having a St. Patrick's celebration. It's not St. Patrick's Day, though. 6 months.
But wait for more information.
They're doing it's like halfway. It's exactly halfway to St. Patrick's Day. They're obviously Irish, and there's going to be live music by an Irish band. They open up at 8:00. Corned beef and cabbage, Irish dancing girls, green beer, Guinness specials all day long. Again, they open at 8:00, and it's their halfway to St. Patrick's Day celebration. DDoolies.com is their website, or just go see them at Gravois and 141 this Saturday if you're Irish or you want to be for the day. Be a good time.
Another thing I wanted to get to, did you hear about the kids in Iran who they gave them bond? $500,000
each, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, I still don't understand what the fuck they were doing. They were just kind of walking along, and then all of a sudden, oops.
I think I haven't read about the story in a long time, but I think they were backpacking in Iraq, and they accidentally crossed over into Iran or something to that effect.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then they got arrested because they were supposedly spies or something to that effect.
Or you could have just gotten in the car and gone to your local park.
Right.
Let's do Iran.
We have deserts here. We don't live in them. So your point is you didn't have to go over there if you wanted to hike.
Exactly. I was just like, I feel sorry for them all.
Right.
And I wish that never would have happened to them. But kind of, you put yourself in that situation.
Use a little common sense in there at some point.
I don't know. Hanging around the Iraq-Iran border is not something that
I mean, it's not
Seems
like,
like
there's
a good
line.
idea to do.
It's not like there's a big line in the dirt or anything. Oh,
That
over
should be
there
the
is
next
a rat.
Survivor.
Yeah.
Survivor Iran. Survivor Iraq. Now, don't cross the border. You got to survive a 30-day hike.
I don't really think we should have telethons for them, is what you're saying. You kind of,
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
it's not quite as engaging, but we have Forest Park here in St. Louis. You could try there.
Ain't that a bitch?
And we wanted to talk about also the subscriptions that we're going to be eventually we're going to have everybody pay a very nominal fee, monthly fee, so that we can keep doing this because we got to get paid. Everybody else has got to get paid to keep doing this, right?
Right.
But we haven't really decided. Some people are saying $4. Some people are saying, $2 a month, whatever. But we really haven't really settled on anything just yet,
Still trying to work it all out. We want to make the show accessible to everyone who wants it, and we want to pay for gas too.
Right. We would like to be able to keep the lights on and at the homes and things like that, right?
That'd be nice.
So more information on that to come. Do not forget to visit our other sponsor, The Grind, THA Grind on Facebook, facebook.com/THA Grind. Just like them, and you could win yourself a $200 alien pipe. It's made out of glass. You've seen the picture of it. It's pretty cool. So,
And I can't wait for tomorrow in Cara.
That's going to be good times right there. And Coach, you got to thank you. First of all, thank you to the coach for
By
hanging
the
out
way,
with us
your
for an hour.
knowledge is absolutely.
that's really
there
thank
are no. He's not reading from anything.
No.
He's
not reading from a teleprompter.
I was going to go over Monday Night Football, but I was pretty drunk during the second game. So I don't remember all the numbers.
What do you like to drink when you're drinking?
Oh, I drink the cheap stuff, man. I'm on a budget here.
Look who you're talking to. I'm not
Electrolyte, Busch Light, High Life, whatever I can find for $12.99 a 30-pack, I'm on it.
Now, if I said to you, hey, thanks for being here, here's a 6-pack of Bud Select, and it was really Nat Light, would you be able to tell the difference?
Nope, but I'd still leap out of the ceiling. I'd be excited.
All right, so tomorrow's program, we're going to read your emails again. Once you're at the website, mytomandjeff.com, click the email tab, and you can email us about anything. Cara the Lesbian will be on tomorrow, so that's good times. And, Coach, you're going to come back tomorrow for real or no?
If I can make it.
Okay.
I have
If
an
you
11
can't, it's
a.m.
okay.
appointment, but, oh, no, I want to.
You're welcome anytime, man. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
It was
Well,
good meeting you.
I'm just down the street, so.
Sounds good.
It's very easy.
All right, that's all we got for you today. We'll try to do it again tomorrow. Big hug.
See you guys.
That's a